In this video, I'm walking you through a case study of how my client had a $100,000 year working 50% less than she did the previous year. So still having an incredible amount of income and working literally half the hours that she worked previously. So I'm going to walk you through how she did that and what we did together to get to that result and what the takeaways are for you as well in your business and what you can really learn from this and what you can implement to make more and work less as well. So as I said, this client of mine, she had a $100,000 year in 2023 and she was working 50% less hours than she did in 2022. So literally half the working hours and still having a massive income. So before we jump into what that actually looked like, I want to go through the stats for you of what this looked like for her essentially. So in 2022, this was her situation essentially. She was working very long hours, much longer than she wanted to. She was nearly making six figures though, so it was still pretty good income wise, but everything mainly was just feeling hard and stressful for her. It wasn't feeling easy and simple to actually create what she had created. It was feeling very hard, very stressful, and like she had to very much hustle to get there. Versus in 2023, she worked 50% less hours, had a $100,000 cash year, and more importantly, perhaps, was feeling so much more easeful in her business, and everything just felt so much easier being able to get this result while working these hours. So before we started working together, as you can see there, she was really seeing a lot of growth still, but it was feeling very hard. It was feeling very stressful to especially maintain this, let alone hit those numbers in the first place. Her big vision was a business where she had a lot of freedom. So she wanted a lot of freedom with her time, a lot of freedom with her finances, and essentially just wanted to make more while working less at the same time. So that's what we really focused on together. Now, the first thing that I want you to take away from this is things get to be simpler than you are making it. As humans, we just naturally overcomplicate things and we make things difficult because if we haven't already achieved something, we believe that it must be really difficult for us to achieve that thing because we haven't already done it. It hasn't already appeared for us. So oftentimes, the reason why business will feel so hard or why that next goal of yours, that next income milestone of yours will feel so hard is because you're not actually even allowing it to be simple. Are you even allowing it to be easy? Are you even recognizing the possibility that it could be so much simpler and there doesn't need to be a lot of resistance around the idea of getting there? We tend to just make every decision complicated. We make every aspect of how we're going to get there really complicated, really hard, and we end up then creating work for ourselves. So this is where we, with her, worked 50% less in 2023 and still had massive results in terms of income because she was no longer creating work for herself. She wasn't just adding things onto the plate because she felt like she needed to achieve that goal, and she felt like she, needed to work harder, needed to sell more, etc. But she was focused on what was actually going to get her the results and nothing more than that. We need to sometimes just really take a hard look at fundamentally just what we are doing within the business because yes, we can have all the simple strategies. We can be taught all the things of, okay, these are the only areas you need to focus on. This is all you need to get to this level. But if you don't believe it, if you truly believe that it cannot be that simple, if it needs to be hard for you, if it's going to be really challenging to hit that milestone, you'll just overcomplicate them. You'll just make it hard. I can give you a really simple plan, but you'll add in all these unnecessary details. You'll make it really tricky if you just believe that it has to be hard. So that's really the first step, is actually believing and acknowledging that it can be simpler than you even believe it to be, and it can actually be easy for you as well. That is really the first step there. The second thing which we really worked on with her and which strategically made such a big difference was finding out what works best. So I always say this in terms of marketing, that all things will work. No matter what marketing strategy you're doing, it will work at some point. The question then isn't what will work, it's what will work best for you. What is going to get you the best results in the least amount of time, least amount of effort, least energy, etc. So we were really looking a lot with this client on what are the best areas to actually focus her time on, because she's very much in that place of everything will work and a lot of things will work pretty well. If she puts out a course, it'll sell pretty well. If she puts out a membership, it'll sell pretty well. If she offers one-to-one spaces, it'll sell pretty well. So we were really looking in terms of this, of what can she do to get the best results from her time, and that was really a big focus for us. And this is when just knowing your data is really helpful for you, because you can see factually where have those big results come from in the last year. Where have you seen the biggest return on your time in your marketing, in your sales, in your content, etc.? And you can find that clear pattern and actually just really focus in on those areas. And that's the second thing which we really focused on, to make more and actually work less for her. Not just allowing it to be simple, but then, okay, what are those simple strategies? What are the areas which are most important to focus in on? So the second takeaway here, all things will work. You just want to make sure you're finding out what is going to work best for you. So those are the really big pieces to take from this on how my client had a $100,000 year working 50% less. Let me know in the comments below, what are your big takeaways? Make sure you subscribe so you do not miss the next video. I'm posting daily videos, and I will see you in the next one tomorrow.